What's up, guys? Mr. J here, and today we're going to start a project inspired by I Saw the Figure 5 in Gold, a piece by Charles DeMuth. One of the things we're going to focus on is the way these fives pop out, with the smallest 5 in the background and the largest 5 looking like it's coming towards the front or the foreground. But we're not all going to do the number 5, because if we all did the number 5, that would be boring. So we're going to make it special to you, and we're going to use the letters of your name. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Alright, so for this one, we'll just need some paper, a pencil, something to color with, and maybe a ruler or straight edge for some nice crispy lines. The first thing we want to do is make the first letter of our name look like it's in the front or the foreground of our picture. Now, if we want to make it look like it's in the front, do we make it big or do we make it small? We're going to make it big. I'm going to make this J huge because that's the first letter of my name. Now, we're going to turn that into a bubble letter. Now, watch this. All you have to do is kind of follow around. And then you've got a nice bubble around that regular J. Easy peasy, the easiest way I know to make bubble letters. And then if we want, we can erase this out later. So I've got the first letter of my name, big, so it looks like it's in the front. Now we need to make the rest of our letters look like they're in the back. So are they going to be big or small? If they're in the back, they're going to look smaller, so they're farther away. So I'm going to write the rest of the letters of my name. I can just float them around like alphabet soup. Then I do the same thing. I make a bubble around them so they'll look nice and we can color them in later. Bubble around my N. And if you have a way that you make bubble letters, if you practice at home in a notebook, and you have a nice way that you make letters, you are welcome to do it your way. But for me, Mr. J, I like to lay it all out regular first and then put a bubble around it. Alright, so after your name is done, depending on how long your name is, you might have some empty white spaces that we need to fill in. All you need to do is find those white spaces, and we're going to add some shapes. So maybe I add some triangles, or maybe I do circles like the streetlights we saw. Oh, those almost look like bubbles. Alright, so I filled in, oh no, I think I could put something in this spot. Maybe another triangle. So I filled in most of my big blank spaces. And now the next thing we're going to do is sort of break it up so we'll have some different areas of color. So this is where I'm going to take my ruler. And if you don't have a ruler or straight edge that you can find, no big deal. You can just do it freehand. But I'm going to make some lines that go across my page in a few places. You don't have to do a lot. We just want to kind of break it up so it's not all going to be one color. And maybe I do a few going this way. And if our J is in the front, maybe I don't cross over it every time so it looks like it's in the front still. Maybe I make a line that goes across like this. No, we don't need a whole lot of lines because you don't want your shapes to get too small to color. I'm going to skip over the J here. And is there anywhere else that looks like it might be one big lumpy space? Maybe right here. Alright, now that's a good start. Doesn't that remind us of our figure 5 in gold? So now if you need to take a rest, shake out your hand, go for it. And if you want to keep coming, we're going to color it. So for this one you can use any colors you want. But I thought about how our artists use darker colors in the background and brighter colors in the foreground. So maybe I'm going to do some blues and blacks in the back, and maybe I do some yellow and oranges on things I want to pop out. So all we've got to do is start finding our shapes, finding spaces to color in, finding where our lines are, and maybe I start coloring my J for the beginning of my name. I've got a nice little shape there, little shape here. You can use any colors you want, but I'm going to keep working on some bright, warm colors like orange and yellow to color my J to make it pop like it's in the front. And we're going to skip on down a little bit. So I want you guys to check out how I paid attention to all these little lines where they crisscrossed, and I made the colors a little bit different. So maybe this was yellow and this was all the way orange, but some of this shape was kind of a yellowish orange in between. And I think that's something that we see a lot of when we look at our artist numbers, how he has these spaces broke up with those lines. That's why we took our straight edge and tried to do that. And if you are paying attention to those lines, your coloring's going to be way more interesting. So I'm almost done with the letters. Now I got to grab a few colors for the background, and for me, I'm going to grab some colors that remind me of the night sky. Some black, some blue, some purple, and I'm going to fill it all in just like that. All right, how do we do? Is the first letter of our name the easiest to see? Does it look like it's in the front? Does it remind us of our inspiration, the figure 5 in gold? All right. I hope you guys had some fun, and I'll catch you next time.